Joy here, back with another review. This is the 9th day of the 12th day of Wrestling Series. And you know what time it is. It's time for yours truly to sing. And here we go. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 moves of doom. You can't see me, I'm just kidding. Golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah. Ah, boy. We're in 2000 WCW Starrcade. Oh, baby. To say that WCW was bad in this time period would be a strong understatement. My God. You know, to give you some sort of idea how bad of a shape WCW was at this time, this is at the MCI Center in Washington, D.C., a place that can hold about 20,000 people. It gets about 3,000 people. And to give you even more of an idea how bad business was from WCW compared to the WWF, in the month of November, tickets went on sale for both Starrcade and WrestleMania. WrestleMania 17 tickets, very first day, went on sale. 41,000 seats were sold. 41,000 tickets were sold on the very first day. You know how many tickets were sold for Starrcade on its very first day? 900. 900. Exactly. We WCW fans, if you were a WCW fan then, you would have to fucking suffer and suffer through all kinds of shitty pay-per-views. If you think today's product was bad, it's nothing compared to this. Sure, TLC was boring as shit, but it's nothing compared to the god-awful pay-per-views like Super Brawl, like the Great American Bash, Uncensored, New Blood Rising, and oh my God, Halloween Havoc. But where does Starrcade fare in this? Because even the best show of 2000, which was Fall Brawl, is not all that good. It's average. So where does Starrcade lie in? It's either average or it's really, really terrible. Quite honestly, Starrcade, in my opinion, is pretty average. It's a mixed bag. There's good to it. There's some really good quality here. Sure, there's some bad, but that's to be expected. What wasn't to be expected was a lot of goodness to this show. There is a lot of good in this show, and I want to give out some positive here. First positive is the opening match. It was a triangle ladder match featuring 3 top tag teams. And the idea was, it wasn't like the triangle ladder match as they battle out for the tag team titles in the WWF at WrestleMania. This was battling for the Cruiserweight Championship. So when you climb the ladder, you know, only one person can win this, but you entered as a team. We have 3 counts. The Young Dragons, Evan Courageous, and Jamie Noble in this ladder match. This is a spectacular ladder match. At the beginning, it was botchy as hell. In fact, one of the Young Dragons actually kept on landing on his fucking head like about 4 times. He landed on his head. But after they got about 2 minutes in, they kept on botching, and it looked like this match could suck ass. But after that, man, it was just high spots after high spots after high spots. So many incredible moves. Everyone did like a over the top rope dive. They had this freaking platform. You had the ladder here, and then you had another ladder flat balancing on the top rope. And freaking here comes Shannon Moore. He does a springboard. He bounces off of the top rope, hits the Young Dragon, and nails a fucking Fameasser. He jumps over the ladder and hits a Fameasser on the Young Dragon. Then another guy tried to do a springboard move, and somebody caught him. I think it was Jamie Noble caught him into a power slam. Then you had freaking Sugar Shane Helms, do a freaking neck breaker off of that ladder onto the fucking ring canvas. It was a fucking great ladder match. It didn't hit any. It wasn't a patch. It wasn't anything compared to the triangle ladder match at WrestleMania. But damn it all, they tried. They bumped. They bruised. They crawled, and they scratched their way to a really damn good match. This right here is match of the year for 2000 WCW. That may not say a whole lot, but this is still a great match. Gotta give him credit. An 8 out of 10, people. An 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Lance Storm defeating Ernest the Cat Miller. This was actually surprisingly a decent match for the most part. At this time, Jim Duggan turned heel and joined Canada and cost Ernest Miller the match, and then all of a sudden Lance Storm beat the shit out of Duggan. This was fine. 6 out of 10. No real complaints about it. Backstage, they had Gene Okerlund had an interview with Lance Storm, Major Guns, and then all of a sudden Gene Okerlund says like the dirtiest thing to Major Guns. It was, you just gotta look it up. It was pretty goddamn dirty what he said too. Love Mean Gene Okerlund for that shit. Next up, we have, for the Hardcore Championship, we have Terry Funk defeating Crowbar. And, of course, WCW's Hardcore title is a lot different than WWF's. It wasn't 24/7. It was just their excuse to be in Hardcore. But this was actually pretty good brawl. Most of the WCW Hardcore brawls are just nonsensical, just stupid as hell, no flow, nothing going on whatsoever. This, however, had some good shit to it. There was handcuffs involved, there was table spots, there was a lot of shit. Terry Funk made Crowbar look alright. This was also another decent match. A 6 out of 10. I'm being dead serious here. These are some really good matches. But then, typical WCW, we get some shitty matches here. We get Chronic defeating Big Vito and Reno. And Reno's the bald guy with a fucking ponytail sticking out for some fucking weird reason. Like I said with Big Vito, I said this before, but Nunzio has more charisma than Vito ever could have. This match sucked. Anything with Chronic in it fucking sucked. Crush sucked, and Adam Bomb sucked. I'm sorry, but they sucked together. 2 out of 10. Bad match. Next up, we have an ambulance match between Mike Awesome defeating Bam Bam Bigelow. This was, I swear to God, this is like the 3rd or 4th ambulance match of the year in 2000 WCW alone. And we only had 3 in WWE so far. Yeah, this is like the 3rd or 4th ambulance match, I swear. This match sucked. Not much to say about it. It sucked. 3 out of 10. Next up, we have General Erection, I just said that right, defeating Shane Douglas via disqualification to retain the United States Heavyweight title. Shane Douglas in WCW fucking sucked. Well, let's just go on with that. I'll be fair and generous. I give it a 3, even though Shane Douglas sucked. Next up, we have the Filthy Animals. Filthy, dirty, nasty. That's the way we like it. Filthy, dirty, nasty. That's the way we like it. We got the Filthy Animals taking on Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, the man who destroyed 1,000 guitars and couldn't make a fucking dime. He teams up with the Harris Twins. Ha! Oh, God. Let me tell you something about the Harris Twins. Alright, here's the thing. They have charisma like they have hair. Okay? This match was also pretty good. Pretty damn good. For WCW 2000 standards, it was a pretty good match. I give it a 6 out of 10. Next up, crap, I left my space here. Alright. we have the Insiders. The Insiders were Diamond Dallas Page and Kevin Nash. They took on the Perfect Event. The Perfect Event was Mark Jindrak. No, wait, my bad. Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo. Yeah, I always get confused between Mark Jindrak and Sean O'Haire team and Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak. I always forget who teamed up with who during those teams. But the Insiders is a Perfect Event. This for the tag team titles. Insiders got the tag titles back. This was very damn good. Very good. Even with Kevin Nash in there, even with Chuck Palumbo in there, green as hell, even with Sean Stasiak, which for some reason people thought would be fucking incredible, this match was good. I might be overrating this, but, you know, you just got to applaud when shit is good. Even though it's not that good, even though it's not great, it's still good. And when stuff is good in a bad time period, you still gotta call it out and say it's good. This was good. Very good. 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Goldberg defeating Lex Luger. This match sucked. I don't know how Goldberg had a great match with Scott Steiner and couldn't work with Lex Luger. Yes, Goldberg and Scott Steiner had a good match. But anything with Lex Luger, the immovable object, literally the immovable object, he just couldn't work anymore. This match sucked. 3 out of 10. And again, I'm being generous towards this show because there's still some good shit. WCW Championship on the line. Scott Steiner defeated Sid Vicious to retain the WCW World Title. When you talk about good in WCW 2000, there's not anything really good about it. But I thought Scott Steiner being the WCW World Champion was fucking awesome. Anything that Scott Steiner was involved with was fucking awesome. When he was World Champion in WCW, it was fucking awesome. I know their ratings sucked. I know fucking business sucked. And even though everything sucked, Scott Steiner was a phenomenal champion in a bad time period. I wish this Scott Steiner character went into the Invasion, went up against Triple H. Because god freaking damn it, Scott Steiner was fucking awesome. This was a good match as well. Pretty decent, but honestly, I wish we just don't have Goldberg versus Luger, and instead they continue Goldberg versus Scott Steiner. Because I'm telling you this much. Watch Goldberg versus Scott Steiner from Fall of Brawl 2000. It's a good match. And I thought, you know, I'm thinking, you know, maybe they should have had Goldberg versus Scott Steiner in the main event Starrcade instead of having Vicious. I don't know. Anyways, I give it a 5 out of 10. That's Starrcade 2000 for you. Overall, it's good. It's bad. I give it a 5 out of 10. And that is probably the best rating WCW in 2000 could ever get. It was alright. A mixed bag. Far better than Halloween Havoc. Far better than Great American Bash. It's not that bad of a show. Actually, the more and more I think about it, I might be shitting britches here. I might be bullshitting here. But honestly, Starrcade 2000 was better than WrestleMania 2000. I said it right there. Starrcade 2000 was just a little bit better than WrestleMania 2000. Take that for what it's worth. Overall, Starrcade 2000, a mixed bag. There's some good to it. I want to focus on the good. Because if you just focus on the bad, you're just going to be here forever. Anyways, for the 10th day of wrestling, we get In Your House Rock Bottom, where The Rock becomes a main event player, and we usher in to the great one, Awesomeness. The Attitude Era, here we come. See ya.